Welcome everybody, this is Mike Hamilton on Sunday the 9th of January. Time to get on with the markets. Before I switch over, just wanted to show you this recent tally. So I've called CAD Swissy on a double bottom, 330 points so far, still in it. New Zealand US, that's 360 points and that was closed at 360. RIM got a wedge breakout at 290 points. Hawk, the stop out for minus 30, and LVS wedge breakout 296. These have all been in the last 2 or 3 videos, and I will keep you up to date with the scoreline on this. So let's now look at the charts. Dollar index first, of course, daily on the left. You can see from this daily we've got this trend line coming right in from these highs, this first major retest of the highs, and we closed on Friday on that bad jobs data above the 200 EMA. RSI has still got plenty of scope to stretch to the upside. This is a very bullish chart, right on 50 EMA in the weekly, but has engulfed 5 or 6 weeks action there. So looking for the dollar to break out and get up to 83.5. Got some concerns creeping to this market because of these bonds. Sold off from November, which is always a good sign because they're a safe haven. And looking a bit of quite a bottoming pattern here up against major resistance. But look at this weekly, open and close above the 50 EMA. So looking for the bonds to try and recover if they can crack 122 on the 10-year. On the back of that strong dollar, the gold has had a very poor week. Look at this weekly, engulfed the previous week's bar, and we are below the 50 EMA with the 8 and the 20 crossing. So looking for gold to have a long overdue pullback. This is a triple top. Looking to see if we can get back down to at least 13.16 on the back of this strong dollar. On the weekly S&P 500 futures, the ES, this is the kind of sort of shooting star like bar we've got with a 127 extension just that we touched last week. Gap to the 8, high RSI, with not but very, very high RSI, not colour change yet. Got the 250 EMA possibly crossing here, but we at least, I think, need at least a pullback, particularly with that gap to the 8. We are very extended up here. The daily, we've got a couple of hesitant bars up there, just above the 127 extension here, with extreme RSI up here. So we're still not closed below the 8 EMAs. These markets are still holding up. So any close below the 8 EMA this coming week, if we get it, will be very, very significant. At the moment we're just holding 127 extension, holding the 8 EMA, but just looking a little tired. So let's just watching that. There's no reversal signals yet. That's just on the watch list. Oil, as was common with a lot of last year, not particularly clean charts here, but we've had a reversal bar on the 3rd, which was Monday, gap to the 8, and since then we've come right down to the 50 EMA. Now that potentially, the open and close just above the 50, potentially looks like a stopping bar. If we can hold this area here and start to move above 88.21, then we could, as long as we can get through 90, start to move back up to 95, which is looking good as a target for the weekly charts. But we've got a lot to do. The minute we get a close below 87.65 this week, then this oil is going to come back and retest this trend line down here at 85. So need to see where we close at the beginning of the week to get some sort of direction on this. But on the face of it, the fact we held the 50 EMA is positive, but just got some concerns about this 8 and 20 cross. Keeping an eye on this cocoa, if we can, this looks like a stopping bar here to me on this cocoa, and there is a lot of support where we are. Let's have a look. If we go down to the lows at March 2010, we've got a stopping bar on these lows at March 2010. So if we can break up through that 200 EMA, I would go long and look for a wedge breakout on cocoa. Rough rice, looking to see if we can get back above the 50 EMA and create a wedge breakout. We get a wedge breakout here, I think this could really run. This potentially looks like a bull flag, but we just need evidence to get through this 50 and through this resistance on the rough. Talked favourably about wheat in the year-end video. Not working out so far. We have had a couple of days of selling off. Looking to see how we handle 760 to see if we can pick up from here. AMX, this is my video of last week, didn't get filled, gapped up, I just left it. Great shame because I really like that chart pattern, just didn't get filled. I don't like chasing market. LVS, talked about this last week, got a break above the trendline resistance, took a pullback, so currently in a nice move as per the intro. And RIM. Like this chart pattern, we are at resistance in the weekly. The weekly bar was a very nice hammer on the 50 and the 8, right up against resistance, but looking for this one to break out. I've locked in some profits, got a stop 2 bars back just below the 8 EMA there at 59.68. Looking to see if we can break out on RIM, R-I-M-M. This is the New Zealand US dollar. So I was in this one from a 240-minute setup. But there was the daily swing trade setup there, so that gave them a nice move up to that resistance. Now I got interested in this one again because Thursday we had a stopping bar on the 50 EMA, and Friday we had a close above the 20 EMA. Now with that 8 EMA just above us, we do have an element of resistance, so it is a lower probability trade. However, I am on this occasion going to take a break of 75.95 with the stop down here at 75.46 to see if we can get back up and then break out of this range here. So that's New Zealand US dollar. Update on CAD Swissy from this double bottom setup I took. Still holding half, took half off of this trendline resistance here, pulled right back to 50 EMA, we've got an 8 and 20 cross. Look, my second target is going to be 98.57. Just looking to see if I can get 98.57 on my second half of CAD Swissy. And what I will try and do is if I get up there and I can just ramp my stop up, I might just hold my stop below this level here to see if we can break out this 200 EMA. I've had a test of the 200 EMA back here. This test might burst through, so I'll try and manage that to see if I can capture any burst through if it happens. This is a counter trend trade, so if this does not fall within your trade plan criteria, do not take this and ignore the next couple of minutes. This is Aussie dollar CAD. I like this hammer on this level here on the daily chart, the Aussie dollar CAD. It's a hammer right underneath the play zone with a gap to the 8 and a gap to the 50. I think this one could reverse and get back into its uptrend. If you look at the weekly, really strong move to the upside here. This is a higher close than here, so it showed its great strength when it closed up here. And all we've done is come back to retest the 20 EMA in the weekly, so I am looking for this one to hold the 20 day moving average in the weekly and come back and hopefully crack through here. And that's the Aussie dollar CAD. I had an order in the book for a pullback on this one, euro pound. Just missed the pullback, so unfortunately I missed out on a couple of good days selling. Nice 50 EMA break there. Just a little bit too aggressive with my entry and not filled sadly, but that was a nice one. The miss of last week for me is doing a review on Friday, private review, and just a little bit annoyed myself for this reversal bar under the 50 EMA. I shorted it on an intraday setup, but it cracked through the 8 and 20 cross here. Took about 130 points out of it, and I took the trade off, which was a grave mistake. Shows you sometimes you can get sucked into day trading and occasionally miss the setup in the swing trade charts. I was so busy trading quite a few instruments on that day, failed to appreciate what was really setting up, what was really going on. So that's quite a miss for me. Don't often confess to something like that, but that was a bad miss, and this has moved very nicely. However, I mean, you could, if you're not in this, you could take a pullback. You could short the pullback to 29 to 129.65, but you've got low RSI. I wouldn't recommend it. If you're not in this one, let it go, and let's just try and find some other charts. This pound sideways. Closed above the 20 EMA right on the 8 EMA on Friday. Where do I think this is going to go next? Well, you can see from what I've drawn here, there is a potential. What I think will happen is we will flap around underneath this resistance and on this support and possibly break out. But it's going to rely on the dollar falling off, which is not looking likely at the moment with that great strength in the dollar we talked about. So only going to trade this intraday on 60-minute charts, and swing trade I am steering well clear until we get a decision on this, because it's just pure sideways action. The bars are blue, so the trend in my little system here is showing blue, but it will need to close above 156.50, which is only 120 points away from where we are. So we could get a decision quite early in the week. We get a big break up through here on Monday, Tuesday. This could give us a nice swing trade for the rest of the week. So that's how we're managing that. That's what I'm looking for on that one. I hope that helps. As usual, any emails, let me know. And have a good week. And speak to you soon. Thanks very much. Bye.